So the first one of these is please figure out who you want to hear from. You need to have your audience in mind when you do this, or else you're going to try and get something that covers everyone, but it's not going to work for anyone if you end up with something like that. So you need to figure out who you want to hear from, and when you're looking at that group of people, you need to determine, are they a large enough population or sample that you can send a survey out to? If it's only a handful of people, for example, the second one we have here, feedback on the content of current story times by the regular attendees, an interview or just a casual conversation may be better than shoving another survey in their face. If it's a lot of people you need to reach out to, if it's someone you don't have easy access to for an interview, or most importantly, if it's something that absolutely needs to be anonymous, a survey is going to be a much better bet for you to go. And then, as I said before, you need to decide how you will share the survey before you write it. And one of the biggest things I'm going to say is, for deciding which way you want to share it, is, will social desirability have a big impact on the results? People like to be liked by other people. You don't want to be seen as a mean person. So if someone comes up and asks, hey, am I doing a great job? You're more likely to say yes, even if you don't think it, because it's in person. So that goes back to, who do you want to target and what are you trying to measure? How great a program was is something you may want to do more anonymous and have a paper survey or a digital survey, something where it isn't face-to-face, whereas good times for a program is something you could do face-to-face, over the phone, things like that, because it's more by the book and less touchy-feely with how you're doing it. And then you also have to think about, how much time do you have to administer the survey? If it's an in-person asking people on the street with a clipboard, that requires a lot of staff time. If you're doing to complete data entry, if paper surveys, obviously that's going to take more time to input the data back into whichever spreadsheet or program you're using to do that. And then ultimately to finish the data collection. If you're doing, something where you need answers by the end of the day, digital is probably better than a mail survey. And then once again, do you need it to be anonymous? Sorry, Joe? Sorry, Joe is still muted, but he wanted to talk about the audience as well. So,
right. Kathy mentioned a digital survey. Do keep in mind, when yes, you're after fast results and you'll get them with a digital survey, but you're only getting a small segment of your population, probably a pretty good sized segment of your population at this point, because everyone's got a smartphone, everyone's got a computer or a tablet, or most everyone. But yeah, when you make those decisions, if you're going to go with a single type of survey instrument, look at who your audience is that you're aiming for, and make sure that it's a tool that they can use. That was my 2 cents.
Thank you. And yes, also where you share that out. So if it's a digital survey, if you send it out via email to a bunch of people on a listserv, that might get a different response than if you just post it on your website. And really, every little effect, it's like a series of dominoes, can change the sort of answers you get and the responses you get. If it's sent out from someone who maybe has more clout in the community, you might get a higher response than if you have the intern send it out. At the same time, if you're trying to interview teens, maybe getting another teen to run the survey will get more honest responses than if you have the director of the library do it. There's a little bit of give and take for everything. And then finally, do you need it to be anonymous? With most of these, with privacy and everything involved, I lean towards doing anonymous whenever possible. But if it is, once again, something where I just want to get the feedback of, Chuck, Tina, and Alan from the storytime sessions, maybe it's not something that needs to be absolutely anonymous. So just how you're going to be doing that also determines what you're doing. And I kind of run through these are all taken from handouts from the Research Institute for Public Libraries, which is a great conference I highly recommend to everyone. But they had modes of administration for surveys handouts. And these have the pros and cons for all of the different types of formats. There's online, which once again, it can be anonymous. You don't have to worry as much about the social desirability bias. And it has a lot of quick sort of give and take for data entry and collection. The cons, once again, you have no opportunity to clarify. This is one that actually kind of came back to attack me one day. I used the term post-millennial in a survey we were trying to gauge different generations, and a lot of people, because it is, jargon, an obscure term for many people, saw that not as people born after the generation of millennials, aka younger than millennials, and instead they saw it as everyone who is older than millennials. So it skewed the data results, and it wasn't something that we could have the face-to-face interaction to clarify for that. It's also, as Joe said, limited to online users. So if you have someone who doesn't have an internet connection, doesn't have a smartphone, you're not going to hear their voice. SMS and text. These are becoming more and more popular. I see less for complete surveys and more for polls, maybe before and after workshops. You have a number, you can set it up with a nice little online software platform, and you can have people text their answer to a number, and usually you can give them an A, B, C, things like that. It can be anonymous. If you have a large enough group, it's kind of awkward if there's only about 4 or 5 of you and they can see you typing and then you send your answer, and then it's not so anonymous because everyone knows you're the one who said A. So depending on how you do it, it can be good. Once again, it's limited to cell phone number users. It kind of changes the sort of questions you can ask, things like that. And I'm going to also say, as we're doing this, I have this. I don't have this saved. All the information is here, but if you would like information, like the full handout, I can give that to you as well. Just simply give me an email. Our emails are at the bottom of each slide. In person, this is another one where it's, as you can expect, face-to-face, moderate speed of data collection. It's highly dependent on your staff time. Depending on data entry can change. This has it listed as a con, but if you're, for example, walking around instead of with a clipboard with an iPad, you can automatically put it right in. So it really changes around, but there is a lack of anonymity. And once again, you have that face-to-face interaction. People are going to try and be nice to you. So you get that. You hope, yeah, you hope they're going to be nice to you. If it's probably a bad sign if people are going to be really nasty to your face and something might be happening. And then mail's a fun one. You can potentially reach all of the people in a geographic area. Once again, you always have that bias of people choose to answer surveys. You're not going to force them into it, maybe with the census, but that's pretty much it. There's many types of questions, but you once again can't change them after the fact. If someone gets confused, if someone is upset about something, there's no way to tell them and tell them exactly what you mean by that question. And I think the biggest con for this one is postage is costly, especially depending on the amount of people you want to reach. If you're reaching every single person in your service area, it can get extremely expensive really quickly. And then, I've actually left it out because there is one more, and it is a phone survey. And I left it out because I think there's so many cons to it that while I will say that you should be aware that phone surveys are a method, you don't have the anonymity. People are less likely to complete it if they have phone anxiety or things related to that. It can be extremely costly, whether it's for staff time or whether you hire it out to someone else, and it can have all of the other cons of pretty much every other sort of survey that we went through, where you can't change it, the answers are limited. I went through an entire political phone survey one time where it was a computer on the other end and not a person, and it was for a specific political party, and they never asked me if I was going to be voting for the other political party. They just said, which candidate are you going to vote for, and listed theirs. So it's one of those issues where, once again, it limits what you're doing.